Welcome viewers to another episode of Business Continuity amidst Corona lockdown. Today we have Bandul Bansal, founder of FinStreet, who's a financial freedom coach here with us today.
Thank you, Arushi, for introducing me. It's been a pleasure at your show, right? So yeah.
So, would you like to say something more about your organization?
Very first inception of FinStreet was when we needed crowdfunding for our startup. So we incepted FinStreet for the same, to educate people how they can invest in startups and how they can, pursue their investing career and what is investment actually and how they can, get better results by investing in small startups and, help them. But after we were done with crowdfunding, people were so happy with our education that they wanted that we should, keep them educated. So that was a point, eureka moment for us where we started educating people and stuff. And when the time passes, so there was first of all we were into stock market in 2017, early 2017, we got exposure of cryptocurrencies. So cryptocurrencies were a new area of our interest, and then we started it. And post 2017, we were onto cryptocurrencies, and we coached about people about different alternate assets. Apart from stocks is something that people nowadays know. You can invest in stocks via mutual fund and via all the tool and financial instruments, but there are also new assets. For example, poker staking is there, investing in startup is there, investing in cryptocurrencies is there. So this alternate and finance 2.0 is there, where you can get better returns than your FD in via decentralized finance, right? So we educate people about these new financial assets, so that's our whole purpose with FinStreet.
So what is the current change in scenario, behavioral change wise? What do you see? What do you see when it comes to expenses and saving? What is the consumer spending going to be like?
Yeah, so post Corona, the scenario will change a lot. In tier one cities, especially in metro cities, we will see that people are more conscious towards saving because now they have seen the importance of savings with this savings and investment. Because right now you can't just save your money in your bank account or saving account, right? For saving, I don't call savings account a savings account because you can't save over there, right? It's a spending account, it's your expense account. So you need to be very active with your investment so that your investment yield this much return so that you can beat the inflation. And in the current scenario where we have seen all this job cutting is there, deferment of salaries is there. So you need to be very active with your investments and your savings, right? So your investment should be liquidable. So what you need is you need a good investment skill that can be liquidated at the point of importance. Like today, if you are stuck something, you need your investment. On the other hand, the yield should be very high, so that you can beat the inflation and you can take care of your expenses. So yeah, this in current scenarios, the role of saving and investment is highlighted to all the youth and to youngsters and to the young corporates.
So the market is quite volatile now, and generally people are now going to have lower risk tolerance. So that way they are going to be the percentage holdings in more stable investments is going to increase. So what are those stable investments that you can suggest?
Yeah, Arushi, markets are volatile and people are very speculative about stocks and all the current investments. So people will go towards the safe investment, safe haven assets as we call it. So gold have been a good safe haven investment for quite a long, and gold is known as gauge of fear. What is it? Okay, when there is fear in the market, and how do we define that fear, and how do we gauge the fear in the market via the price of gold, right? So if price of gold is increasing as it is increasing right now, so people will move towards gold. And another safe haven asset is cryptocurrency. We have three options with us. First is USD, US dollar. Second is gold, and third is.
So, do you also work with young startups and young entrepreneurs?
In FinStreet, what we have is wherever we go to a lot of colleges. We have visited 56 colleges by now. Right. So students over there come to me and say that we want to open a startup, and being a serial entrepreneur, I used to guide them, and we somehow try to invest in their startups in one way or another. I myself has invested in 6 startups by far, and they have been doing great.
So what are your suggestions for startups to be more financially stable?
Startup needs to be more business oriented and profit oriented, and there should be multiple revenue sources for a startup. Right now, VCs won't invest much in startups because they don't have much money to burn in the startup. So what they require is they require that, for example, if you are running an e-commerce store, right? For if you are running in Amazon, so one thing can be you are getting commission for the product that you are that is selling via your platform. The other revenue source can be the advertisements that are visited on your platform. Third can be the review product. If I'm coming up with a new product, I can get it reviewed from Amazon, and Amazon can charge me for it, right? So whenever you are planning a startup, you need to have different revenue sources at this moment, so that you can maximize your profit, because you have to be profit oriented if you're running a startup at this moment, because this crisis will change the business and the entrepreneurship circle and the startup bubble in a complete sense.
What is your message to the entrepreneurs?
For the young entrepreneurs and the entrepreneurs who are starting just now, I would suggest them to create a good financial model and business model around their startup. And also, it's very important to have personal finance in hand. In these times of crisis, what we can learn is we need to have some basic important funding, savings, and investment, so that we can grow together. And they need to help the community itself, the other entrepreneurs that are struggling at this period.
Thank you so much, Bandul, for being with us.